As you can see, it is raining outside this morning. We looked at the radar, there's a big storm, but it doesn't look like there's anything behind it. So once it blows over us, hopefully then it's gonna clear off. At which time, we're gonna start to load the car because we're taking off on a trip. It's morning time here at Casa de Caradan. Here's my dog, Tough. Come here, Tough. Come here. Come on. Come here. Tough keeps a pretty close eye on us. And he has been following me around this morning because he sees me. Let me turn on the light here. He sees me getting out the bags and laying out clothing and all of the stuff, the packing going on, right, Tough? And he knows something is up. But guess what, Tough? You're gonna get to go along this time. The rain has stopped. It's nice and sunny outside. And we are getting ready to go. We are bringing, as per usual, our food so we can do some of our own cooking and a minimal amount of clothing. The bag that has our clothes, both our clothes, is already in the car. Look what's going on out here in the car. I opened the door to get some stuff in here and whatever, and the dog came out and jumped in the car immediately, and now he's in the back seat. He's like, I am not getting left behind this time. We are going to be trying out a new rig, camera rig, for this trip, and it's a homemade deal. Here you can see me holding it in the mirror, and I'm gonna try to turn this. But what it is a C bracket for hanging stuff. And Dave just drilled a hole up here so that I could mount this microphone. This is a Rode mic, and it's a much better quality microphone than the little bitty one that I normally use with the GoPro. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to improve some of the sound quality on videos with this setup. We are in the car. We've got everything that we haven't forgotten, and we're gonna get going. Dave has gone in to use the restroom. We're having a pit stop, letting Tough walk around. He was getting antsy in the car, so that's usually an indication that he wants to get out. And we are in Junction, Texas. We're about to get on Interstate 10, which is right over there. And then we're heading west on 10. So far the trip has been really nice. We've been seeing a lot of beautiful scenery and having a good time. This is our hotel room for one night. We are in Alpine, Texas, and we had some unexpected things happen. One, we're not staying at the hotel that I made reservations at. The reason for that is when I reserved the room online on the website, it said that they were pet friendly. But when we arrived to check in, the guy at the front desk said, no dogs, no pets. They had signs up everywhere, no pets. And I explained to him that, you know, hey, it says online that you're pet friendly, but he did not care. So we couldn't stay there. And so then we left and we came to another hotel. The guy had a room for tonight, one night, but he didn't have rooms for any of the additional nights that we wanted to stay. And there aren't many hotels in this town. So we were really hungry, so we went and got something to eat. We passed another hotel and we stopped there, and it's kind of a place. I don't know, it's not going to be fancy, that's for sure. But he did have room available 2 nights, so we went ahead and reserved them because it seems like it's the only place in town with any rooms left. Then, in addition to that, which makes this all kind of more, it would have been such a big deal, we probably would have just driven to the next town over, which is Fort Davis. However, the wheel bearing seems to be going out in the car, so we may be dealing with that too. In the coffee operation around here. There it is. Well, it is 5:48 in the morning, I think. And Dave and I are going through our morning routine. Dave's making us some coffee. There's a automotive place, like a mechanic shop, across the road from the hotel where we're staying, just a short distance away. So I guess maybe we're gonna go over there and see what they say about possibly replacing the wheel bearing. If they can do it quickly, then we might get them to do it. If they can't, we might just limp along and hopefully the wheel doesn't go flying off or something like that. Dave's taking Tuff for a little walk. Tuff's getting a little cabin fever in the room. Our car is about 2 streets over that way at a mechanic who says that he thinks he'll be able to change out the wheel bearing that's bad on our car before noon, which is when we have to be out of this room. The car saga continues. The shop where we took it to, they said they'll have no problem fixing it. However, now they don't think that they may be able to get the part that we need until Monday. They're gonna find out in the next 20 minutes. So Dave, it's close, like within quick walking distance, but he's just riding his bicycle back and forth over there and finding out what's going on. He's having him hold off on taking it apart because we need the car to move all our stuff to the different hotel. Anyway, so I guess we'll find out what we're gonna be doing here in the next 20 minutes or so. Well, we are packing up so that we can move, even though we don't really have anywhere to move till 1 o'clock. It's 9:30 in the morning now, and they're not going to be able to fix our car until Monday morning. So our plan is to possibly rent a car, because there is a car rental place here in town and it's fairly reasonable. Anyway, that way we can do something, you know, that we wanted to do while we were here. Well, here is what happened. We are now at our new hotel, which was ready for us at 1 o'clock. We had a lot of time to kill in between this morning and when we needed to leave the other hotel and when this one was going to be ready. So we drove around in the car a little bit. The car that's got the wheel bearing that's bad. The shop that we took it to, they're going to be able to fix it, but they can't get the part for it until Monday. So we're supposed to bring it there Monday morning, at which time hopefully they're going to fix it. If we were at home, we would just order the part and Dave would change the wheel bearing, but seeing as how we don't really have all the tools and stuff along that would make the job easier, if not without having them, it might well be impossible. We're just gonna have to pay somebody else to do it because we are a little over 400 miles from home, and we don't want to risk driving the car back all that way. This has sort of put a little bit of a kink in our plans for this weekend because we had intended to do quite a bit more driving around down here in this area where we're at. We're in far west Texas. The town that we're staying at right now is called Alpine, and our intention had been to stay in Alpine because it's got more economical hotel pricing, and then we wanted to drive to Marfa, Texas and go and check that out. And we also wanted to go to Fort Davis, and there's a real scenic drive through the mountains, the high desert over there. And we also wanted to go down towards Terra Lingua, where Big Bend is, and drive along the border to Texas and Mexico. But that all has been sort of postponed, so it looks like we're going to be spending a couple of days in Alpine because we don't really want to drive the car very far. We had looked into renting a car. However, we went to the one rental place here in town and they said they're all booked up, so that's not going to happen. Anyway, it's a good thing we did bring the bicycles along and the dog cart, so I guess we're just going to try to make the best of it. There's a thunderstorm coming through the area. Dave and I were going to go for a walk with the dog, and we saw how blue it looked, and it looked like it was raining, and it was coming this way, so we hooked her back to the hotel room. Good thing we did, too. A moment ago, it was pouring. It looks like more could be on the way. This is Sul Ross University, and it is a college here in Alpine, Texas.
Might be too windy on here,
Potatoes and tofu.
peppers and mushrooms.